Good morning, everybody, and good welcome to the inside of the Pacwoman Mastermind. I get asked this question a lot. Where did you get the name? I remember in the 1980s, I am a child of the 1980s, and I remember loving playing the game Pac-Man. And you used to get this lovely mouth that was just eating through away all these pellets. And I remember as a young child and probably as a young feminist girl and then into a woman growing up, thinking, why is it called Pac-Man? Why can't it be called Pac-Woman or Pac-Women? And I remember when I left the corporate world, the first one-day program I designed was called the Pac-Women, where I tried to look at all the different aspects that we need as women to be able to grow ourselves and to grow our careers and our confidence and our businesses and all of the rest. And when I look at the 4 or 5 areas that I try to jam pack into a one-day workshop almost 18 years, 19 years ago, the essence of the work that I do hasn't changed. Obviously, the form that I deliver it in is different now. And the inside of the Mastermind Pacwoman, what I wanted to do was to be able to share with you how many things that I think that we need to look at and what are some of the key areas that are going to really help you build who you are on the inside. So there's a lot of work that's around the place that speaks about building you from the outside in. I have a different belief. I believe that you've got to always work on the inside first and then work your way out. So some of the things that we will cover in the program, there's quite a few things broadly, but one of the things that we'll do is we'll spend a lot of time looking at confidence. Where you lost it, what happened, who triggered it, when do you still feel like that even as an adult woman now, and what are some of the things that you can do about it? The other thing we're going to be doing is that there's a lot of talk about resilience, but for resilience, you also have to have strategies. You can't just say become more resilient. So we want to look at how you can have some strategies that you can implement, do a bit of a trial and error in terms of what are some of the things that you can do to build your resilience. The other thing that we're going to be covering is productivity at work. Now, I am an engineer by trade. My business is called Leadership Engineers, and I think it's so important that whatever work it is that we do, we really look at the things where we are losing a lot of time and energy and how do we become more productive with what we have. Whether that's running your own business, whether you're in a corporate workplace, whatever it is that you are doing, you need to be able to have some hacks and ways to be able to become more productive. The other thing we're going to be doing is planning your career or your business. So a lot of people think 12 months, 18 months out, or what's my next step, or where do I want to be in my next job? Where do I want to be in my business in 12 or 18 months' time? But I'm a big believer in doing long-term planning and trajectories. I keep harping on about this, but I believe that women will need to be working for a long, long time. And so, we might not get access for superannuation well into our 70s. So whether you're 30 or 40 or 50, we're going to be working for a long time, 20, 30, 40 years. So I'm a really big believer in looking at things long term. How do you want to live long term? And how do you actually start to plan out your future and the future? And then how do you reverse engineer that? And look at giving you some planning. We do a whole planning workshop in the Mastermind, and to be able to really help you around that. We're also going to be spending a lot of time on wellness. I run some wellness businesses. I've spent a lot of time on my own wellness, but also working with some amazing teachers around the world. And I want to share with you some wellness tips. I want you to set some goals in this Pacwoman Mastermind around what you're going to do around your wellness. And I'm a big believer in small changes. So it's the small things we're going to start to address and what we're going to do. We're also going to be wellness sounds the same as self-care, but we're also going to be spending some time on self-care rituals. Number of people that I've had interviewed on the podcast, we speak about this all the time, that self-care is not selfish. Working in that philosophy, looking at what that means for you. And one of the things I also want to be doing is setting up some of your rituals and getting some support from me, and also some of the other women in there around what you do for your self-care and for your wellness. And there's a whole bunch of other things. We're also going to be doing monthly group mentoring program. We're going to have accountability that you're going to be responsible for, that you're going to share with women on the program. And I am very fortunate to have access to some amazing people around the world who are thought leaders and experts in a bunch of those areas I've just spoken about. And they've all said yes to coming and running masterclasses. So we'll be also, in addition, running monthly masterclasses that you'll be able to enjoy, ask questions with world-class experts. And for any of the things that you can't be there, everything will be recorded as part of the Pacwoman Mastermind, and you'll have access to it throughout the program. The other thing that you'll be doing is you'll be getting quarterly one-on-one laser focus sessions with me. So I want to have some group work, but I also want to have some individual work that I can do with each of you so that you can really transform and really dig deep into the areas where you need some support. So we're going to be spending a lot of time looking at 3-4 key areas that you want to work on, whether it's one of those or specifically having something tailored for you in those mentoring one-on-one sessions so that I can really help support you. I've also got 2 programs, Engineering Your Career, which is an online course, and also How to Create Your Wellness over 42 days or 6 weeks. And those programs and all the books that I've written and all the content that we create will be accessible also to you in the Mastermind program. So what I've tried to do is take my 18 years of mentoring over 1,250 women across the globe and working with over 100 companies and really combine that into a pretty jam-packed but really important transformation. So whether it is that it's in an area where you're lacking your confidence or really wanting some direction around your career, around your business, around productivity in the workplace, around your wellness, around your self-care rituals, we're going to be covering all of that in the live 12-month Mastermind program. Now, there's less than 24 hours where you can register. The doors do close. I do not keep them open, not for friends, not for colleagues, not for people I've worked with in the past, and then they will not open till later on because I only open those doors 4 times a year. Now, if you've got any questions that you have, you are so welcome to hop on the askshivani.com website, go to the contact form. You are so welcome to check out the Mastermind program, again, to Ask Shivani, and then just go through to the Mastermind, where it will detail out all the things that I've been speaking about. My website is called Ask Shivani. The doors close at midnight tonight. And if you've got any questions on the inside of the program, what will be covered, some of the questions that you may have around your own personal areas of need, then I'm so happy to jump on a call with you later today and anytime from about 3 p.m. onwards. Just shoot me an email and we'll organise a time. So I want to make sure that the program's right for you. I hope that you have a fantastic day, and just remember that if you want a lot of transformation, a lot of growth in what you do, you really need to commit to that. Transformation doesn't occur overnight, even if the books or programs that currently are online are, offering you that. Transformation takes space. Transformation takes a lot of deep dives and a lot of deep conversations. My program is not for a lot of people because we spend so much time looking at our own behaviours, our own patterns, our own things that we may be causing us a lot of discomfort. So the program that I run, the conversations I run, are often not for the faint-hearted. They're people that are willing to look at themselves, look at their own cause and effect, look at their own way that they're doing things so that they can unpack things that they don't need and then start to really work on themselves more deeply to create a different future. So if you're interested, please let me know, and I look forward to being able to answer your questions. In the meantime, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I look forward to sharing things with you. I will be posting, just done a podcast on the imposter syndrome. I know that this is an issue for so many women, and in fact, the data and research shows us over 70% of the women, and I will be posting that podcast later today. My aim and intention is always to support women around who they are and helping them get to where they want. I hope you have a great day. Any questions?